4th and 7th hours, I have 8th graders. So be sure to put your hour there. Nothing. 7th graders. I just have one section of 7th grade. All right, just a review of absolute value. We did this in our last packet, so we're not going to spend a ton of time here, but this is the distance from 0. I don't need an echo, Noah. Thank you. So we're going to just write the number, but it has to be positive for this first row. What's the absolute value of negative 13? 13. It's 13 jumps from 0. How about the absolute value of 21?
21.
And the absolute value of 3? I'm sorry, negative 3. And what's the absolute value of negative 5?
5.
So what is 3 plus 5?
8. Ooh, I'm smart.
The absolute value of 9 is 9. What's the absolute value of negative 8?
8.
So what's 9 plus 8?
17.
See what we're doing here? The absolute value of negative 12 plus the absolute value of 15.
27.
Guys are cruising right along. Now this one's a little bit trickier. First, we have to figure out 21 minus 17. What is 21 minus 17?
4. That's what I said.
What's the absolute value of 4?
4. So, is it equal 4? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
The absolute value of negative 11 is 11. Minus the absolute value of negative 5 is 5.
6.
So the absolute value of 4 is 4. Minus the absolute value of negative 4. It is going to be 0. What's 15 minus 23?
Negative something.
You're right. We've got more negatives. What's 23 minus 15? 8. So what is the absolute value of negative 8? 8. Does that make sense? So we have 24 minus 15.
11. What?
Not 11. 9.
Okay.
We have 28 minus 26. 2.
2.
And we have 3 minus 19.
Oh crap, that's a negative.
It is a negative. Good. 19 minus 3 is negative 16.
That's my curve. Oh. Yeah, I do.
All right. Order of operations. This is really where we're going today. So this packet has to do with order of operations as well as evaluating expressions. So the order of operations is the order in which we'll say problems or expressions should be evaluated or simplified or solved All right. A lot of you have heard of the order of operations before now. I think we started in 4th grade. So we have please, excuse,
my dear Aunt Sally.
my dear,
My adult A swag.
Aunt Sally. What does the P in please stand for? Parentheses.
Exclamation point.
You're right, it is exponents. So these are parentheses. Parentheses look like this. Or we might have other grouping symbols. That's really creepy. So things that group things together have to be completed first. Now, sometimes we'll see parentheses just representing multiplication, and that's different. If there's no operation inside our parentheses, it's just going to be showing multiplication, right? So I heard E stands for
Exclamation point.
exponents.
Wait, what's this? Oh.
So this is repeated multiplication. So if I had 3 to the second power, this means I have a factor of 3, whatever my base is, I have it this many times. So it's not 3 times 2, it's 3 times
3. No. I want to. No. Wait. Okay, never mind.
yeah, 3 times.
Get off your phone.
Oh, you're holding the phone. I think you take over the
So after we evaluate any operations that are inside the parentheses, we've got to look for exponents.
Yep.
What is after exponents?
Supply.
Good. We have to put multiplication and division together because we're going to multiply and or divide from left to right. Very good. So if I have division left of multiplication, I'm going to do division first. Just because I say multiply and divide in that order, I got to see what comes first from left to right. So multiply and or divide from left to right.
Wow.
Aunt Sally.
Add and subtract.
Good.
Add.
And just like multiply and divide, we're going to add and subtract from left to right. All right.
We're gonna be on the recording now.
I have addition. I have division. What does this parenthesis really stand for, though? Multiplication. So, do I have anything inside parentheses that I need to do? There's a 2 inside my parentheses, but there's no operation there, so I'm skipping that. I don't have exponents, but I do have to multiply and divide from left to right. So from left to right, I have 54 divided by 3. What's 54 divided by 3? Well, Follow your 3 until you get to 54. Your answer is 18. So I have 18
Jason, let's get off the phone now.
times that 2 plus that 7. Notice, guys, the talking needs to stop. Notice I'm bringing the rest of the problem down with me. I've done what I have to do first. Now I'm still on this step. Steps 1 and 2, there were no steps 1 and 2, but step 3, there's a couple here, right? So now I have to multiply. What's 18 times 2?
32.
Nope.
36.
Good. 18 times 2 is 36. So I'm bringing down that 7 still, right? I've now completed this part. Now I just have to add. Good. 7 plus 36 is 43.
That's all the math I do.
That's my final answer.
Oh, please stop. Okay.
14. Do I have any operations inside parentheses? Nope.
No.
So I can skip to exponents. I have 2 to the power of 5. This means I have a factor of 2 how many times? 5 times. So I'm writing 2 5 times. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is times 2 is 16 times 2 is good. If you didn't know, you can look. So I have 32 that I'm going to write down here, and I'm going to bring down my subtraction sign in front of it and everything else. It's very important that you're working neatly and showing all your steps so you don't get lost. Now, it's very tempting to say 17 minus 32, right? But we can't skip multiplying and dividing. We have a division here.
Yeah, so you have to do 32 divided by 4.
Which is what?
9, 8.
8.
8, that's what
And we still have to bring down that negative, right? Now we're doing multiplication. I'm sorry. So addition and subtraction from left to right. So 17 minus 8 is what? 9. 9 plus 6 equals 15. Guys, these aren't going to get any easier. We have to show all of our steps. And we have to be writing neatly so we can read our own handwriting.
I can't read my own handwriting.
Well, that's a problem. All right, do we have any operations inside parentheses? I don't see any parentheses. But we do have what? Exponents. So this means, is this 4 times 2? No, it's a factor of 4 twice. So what is 4 times 4? So that's what I'm bringing down here.
Is this light in here? What? I'm not.
I hope not.
That's all I heard.
Good. Let's check your drawers, Miss Slob.
No, thank you.
I know there's the scratch in here.
All right, now what do I do? Multiply. So what is 16 times 3? 48. Don't forget to bring down this negative sign. Here's where it gets a little tricky because your integer rules come into play. What's 24 minus 48? Negative,
Negative,
negative 24, right?
yeah.
Plus 15. Well, my signs are different again, so I'm finding the difference. Negative 9.
Oh, I found it out.
Do you see why it's important that you have your integers mastered, your addition and subtraction? Because we're going to keep using them throughout the year. So if you need practice with those, you need to go back and practice with those. You can look up integers in Alex. You can look up integers in Khan Academy. You can look up integers on YouTube, but you got to know how to do it.
Is your Minnesota boyfriend breaking up with you right now?
All right, now fractions get a little tricky. That fraction bar is actually, it is a divide, but it's also a grouping symbol. It means we have to figure out what's on top and then divide it by what's on the bottom. I also have parentheses. Inside my parentheses, I have subtraction and exponents. What should I do first? The exponents or the subtraction? The exponents come first, right? So what is 2 times 2? 4. So I have 7 minus 4 plus 17 on the top. Let's just work on the top for now, Lucas. Thanks. What's 7 minus 4? So what's 3 plus 17? 20. So I have 20 on the top. Now let's look at the bottom. What do I do first? Negative 14 plus 2 or 2 times 5? Good. 2 times 5 is 10. Bringing down the rest of that. What's negative 14 plus 10? Good. Negative 4. So on the top I have 20. On the bottom I have negative 4. We said this fraction bar means divided by. How many times can 4 go into 20? 5. Positive or negative? Negative. My signs are different, so my answer is negative. Michaela, do you need a packet? We're still on the first page, or we're about to turn away from the first page. All right. Should we do a couple more? So these are grouping symbols, right? Absolute value bars are grouping symbols. Sometimes we have grouping symbols inside grouping symbols. So let's look at, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Those are called brackets. We can do number 17, but I was gonna skip to something more difficult. You want to do 17? Well, I don't think we'll have time to do it all. I want you to try a few on your own. So let's look at, yeah, 22 is scary for sure. So let's ease in. Let's do 17 and then we'll look at 22. So we really have 2 grouping symbols. So we've got to figure out what's inside this one and what's inside this one. Inside this one, what's 8 minus 5? So this is 3 to the 3rd power. What's 5 squared? 5 times 5 is 25. Minus, what's 4 times 4 times 4? 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. And I'm bringing down my work here. So I still have a grouping symbol. What's 25 minus 64? So 64 minus 25. We have to borrow. Good. So negative 39 all right. So what is 3 to the third power? A factor of 3, 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is... So I have 27 minus, what's the absolute value of 39? 39 divided by 3. Whew. We're getting there. We've gotten rid of all of our grouping symbols and our exponents. So we have please excuse done. Now we're at my dear. We don't have any multiplication, but we do have division. How many times can 3 go into 39? Follow the 3 till you get to the 39.
What? I heard that. Not what?
Should be 13. Yep. (27) minus 13 is what? What's 27 minus 13? 14. That was a lot of work, right? Question. Yeah, for sure. Guys, you can always take your packets home. They're yours.
Oh, I can take these home. Right.
Just don't leave it there. All right, can we jump to 22? Well, we have brackets here. We have 30 minus something. So inside here we have addition and exponents. So what's 4 times 4? 16. So I have 12, open my bracket, 30 minus 9 plus 16 is in here. What's 9 plus 16? Nine plus 16 is 25. So what's 30 minus 25? 5. And anytime we have a number with brackets or parentheses, it denotes what? Multiplication, right? So what's 12 times 5? 60. So this is just the top. Now we've got to figure out the bottom. What's the absolute value of 10? 10. Minus the absolute value of negative 6. So it is 4. It is 60 divided by 4. So 4 goes into 60. Follow the 4 until you get to 60. Your answer is 15. All right. Which one more of these do you want to do together? 24? 23? 21, you're just going to do what's inside here, square it, times it by 3, add 2, then add it to whatever this is squared. Want to do 23? 84 divided by what here? Well, let's follow our order. We have to look inside our parentheses. We have 5 minus 7 to the second power. This is not 7 times 2. It is 2 factors of 7. So what's 7 times 7? 49. So what is 5 minus 49? Good. Negative 44. All right, so if I bring down the rest, so I'm bringing down this 84 over 12. I'm bringing down this minus 72 divided by 6 times 2. Now we've done our parentheses. We've done our exponents, and we are multiplying and dividing from left to right. First thing I see is division. What's 84 divided by 12? So follow your 12 until you get to 84. Your answer is 7. 7 minus 44 minus, what's 72 divided by 6? Follow your 6 till you get to 72. Your answer is 12. Bring down your times 2. What do I do next? I did my division, but I forgot to do my multiplication, right? So what's 12 times 2? It looks like we're gonna get pretty negative here. Me too. 7 minus 44. Our signs are different. We've got a positive 7 and a negative 44. So 44 minus 7. $37. So negative 37 minus 24. Now our signs are the same, so we're finding the sum. So 4 plus 7 gives me an 11. I'm carrying the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it is negative. You don't have a ton of time here, but I want you to try a few of these. We'll go over a few more tomorrow before you have most of the day tomorrow to practice this. So try a few today. You got over 10 minutes, so try at least a couple. They take a few minutes, so you got to dig in. Question. Yeah.